Democrats going on defense as the Biden family's legal battles seem far from over.
House Republicans are threatening an impeachment inquiry into the president, and his son is awaiting his fate in court after a judge scraps Hunter's plea deal over lack of precedent. Mike McCormick is a former White House stenographer who says he has information linking Joe Biden to a criminal bribery scheme when he was VP, but the Justice Department has been ignoring him, and Mike joins us now. Mike, do you feel validated now that it appears there's at least one person, in other words, this judge, in our system of laws who seems like she wants to get to the truth?
Yeah, I do. Hi, Todd. Hi, Carly.
Hey.
You know, I sent material to David Weiss's office, that Department of Justice, U.S. Attorney's Office in Delaware, and they never responded to me back. They have evidence that I have witnessed Joe Biden committing a crime on Air Force Two. They don't want to talk about it. They try to paper it over with this sweetheart deal, and now the judges sent it back to them. We'll see what happens in a month, but right now the Republicans are holding the ball, and they've got Devin Archer up as a witness in about a couple days. So, you know, there's this mounting evidence piling up against Joe Biden for an impeachment, and Hunter Biden is suddenly he's not as invulnerable as he seems.
Well, you are a former stenographer working under the Obama administration, so it's your job to listen to and record everything. You just said that you witnessed a crime take place. Tell us about that.
So I was on Air Force Two on April 21st, 2014. My job was to be in the back of the plane sit next to the press and record anything that the vice president or the national security advisor said to the press in a briefing. Well, Jake Sullivan came back as a senior administration official, so he was anonymous to what anybody was going to report, but I know who he was. Well, he started talking about what was good. They asked him, what is Vice President Biden bringing for energy assistance to Ukraine? And Jake Sullivan said 4 things. 2 of them directly benefited Burisma. And at the time, Hunter Biden was on the board of Burisma. So this is a kickback scheme right then and there. And Jake Sullivan was speaking on behalf of Joe Biden on his plane. And that's what I witnessed. And I told that to the FBI. They haven't acted on it. I've sent that information on to David Weiss's office. They haven't acted on it. They're doing an investigation into Hunter Biden. And I'm saying, hey, I know that there's an instance where Hunter Biden and Joe Biden collaborated in a kickback scheme. They didn't want to hear about it. Now maybe they should.
Mike, despite what you just said and the world of evidence, the universe of evidence that is out there, Dems continuing to beat the drum that there is no evidence. Take a listen.
Would you support an impeachment inquiry into President Biden's possible involvement in his son Hunter's business deals?
No. We're investigating this on this committee with Hunter Biden. There's no real evidence that the president was involved himself.
No showing of President Biden actually engaged in any wrongdoing. Why would we want to impeach him when there's no wrongdoing?
Well, it's not that Democrats don't have evidence. It's the Republicans don't have evidence. They want to do an impeachment without evidence. That's the problem.
Mike, how much longer can they stick to that line of reasoning when the evidence is mounting by the day? To your point earlier, Devin Archer is expected to testify on Monday. We're going to get a lot more information then. And as Carly and I mentioned off the top, if the Hunter case that involved the plea deal goes to trial, all that information is going to be out in the public.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, there's a fantastic documentary right now on Fox Nation. I'm in a small part of it, but it has a lot of the evidence that the IRS whistleblowers put together in their investigation, how their investigation was stymied time after time by either Merrick Garland or David Weiss out of the Delaware U.S. Attorney's Office. That's the evidence they have. And then they have it's a great, definitely want to check that documentary out. There's a lot of interviews of the Oversight Committee, what they're going to do. This is going forward, and these Democrats are they're completely baffling
Head in the sand.
media that they can't admit it. They can't admit the truth.
Well, the judge asked one question yesterday, and the whole thing fell apart, and it was, could the government bring a FARA, foreign agent registration charge, against Hunter Biden? And the answer was yes. And then the question becomes, who was Hunter trying to influence if he was acting on behalf of a foreign country? And then that's where Joe Biden then comes into the mix. That would be the worst case scenario for the Biden family. Mike, got to leave it there. Thank you for sharing your perspective with us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.